What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another stream on Sunday evening. The Kneejerk. There's still 2 games to go because screw the Premier League schedule right now. It sucks for my schedule, but it is what it is. I should probably... Oh, a bit loud. The mic's a bit loud. I should probably take questions about the face. So basically, I'm doing Movember. I have to grow a mustache. I'm doing it properly, shaving, then going to grow it. So if you want to donate, there's a link in the top of the description below. So the mustache will grow. I don't really grow beards that quick, so it'll take a while. It'll probably take until Gameweek 11 to do it. So yeah, I'm doing that. Plus, dry November, so no alcohol in November either. And I'm going to attempt to walk 10 kilometers a day, which doesn't sound like much when it's a walk, but I tell you now, my hip is killing me already after doing the first one because I've been slacking on the old walking. So if you want to support me, if you want to try and raise or help me raise a bit of money for Movember, link in the description below. Go ahead. I hate this, by the way. Absolutely hate it. I appreciate people saying you should look younger, but there it is. Anyway, I'm also in the car park because I couldn't get in my real car, so I thought I'd just come with the car park after the stream on Friday night, which is just absolutely ridiculous. So apologies, I know there were some super chats that came in on that stream, but genuinely just had a power cut and then absolutely panicked to try and get my moves done because the signal on my mobile is awful here, so I have to drive 5 minutes from my house to get some signal. Yeah, is that 10k in steps or a 10k walk? No, 10,000 meters, so 10 kilometers, 6.2 miles. For me, it's about. I mean, everyone's steps are different, obviously, but for me, it's about 11,000 steps in one. But I might have to do it in 2 5 kilometers because my hip isn't good right now. How's it? Anyway, let me get on the property. That's why the car park's up anyway. I know a lot of people seem to like that stream. I don't know how often I'll do it from my car, but there we go. My brother just won £818 from that Tottenham win. Decent. Although Spurs are rubbish, right? Spurs were pretty rubbish. But yeah, if you can't, like, I know now is the worst time to be asking for money because look, a lot of you are probably from the UK. I can see that in the analytics. They're on lockdown. We're on lockdown in Ireland as well. So it kind of sucks, right? I know it's not the greatest time to ask for money, but if you've got a bit to spare, link in the top of the description below. And I'll only mention it about 20 times per stream. All right? Let's move on to the normal background. All right, let's just get the team up, right? Let me get the size to me moved on. Yes, I think so. Best replacement. I mean, that's such an open-ended question because it depends how much you got to spend. I think Zuma and Chilwell look good for the next couple. I think Man City defenders look quite good. Maybe not for the next 2, but after that. Depends how much money you got to spend. Cheap defenders, Leeds defenders still looking good. Lamptey maybe, although he went off with an injury. But yeah, let's talk about... Oh, let me refresh the points a sec. There we go. So I'm on 55, but I'm going to get 2 bonus from Grealish, 2 from Calvert-Lewin, so 59 plus Basuma on the bench. I think I'm on 61. Yash, thanks very much. I mean, it's such a strange week because I didn't have anyone on Friday, so I didn't have any Wolves. I didn't have anyone in the Man City game. Then I had Chilwell. And I'd sold, by the way, for anyone that didn't see it, I sold Trent Alexander-Arnold for Chilwell, and I upgraded James Rodriguez to Rashford. They were my moves. No, that's the only link. The link in the top of the description. I don't think there's another way to do it, unless there's like an American version. But I don't think I can give you a different link. So I got in Chilwell. So that match was good. But to be honest, I felt like Chilwell could have got attack and returns on another day in that game, but still 6 points. Then Trent blanks, happy days. Salah gets his return, only 8 points, fair enough, but still a return. And then today Southampton 4-0 up, and then somehow Grealish gets 3 attack and returns in the last 10 or 20 minutes. So that was ridiculous. Then Calvert-Lewin pretty much does nothing all game, nothing of note anyway. bam, gets a goal and 2 bonus at the end of the game. Then Rashford does rubbish. Then I think, right, I'm going to get some points from Spurs. Reguilon concedes. He concedes to Lamptey. Lamptey's third on my bench. I'm getting Basuma off the bench for Morpay. Where the hell is Morpay? Potter didn't even mention him. The guy beforehand that was interviewing Potter said, you know, Morpay's not on the team. And he just glossed over it. He just said, yeah, we've got blah, blah, blah playing up front. We've got Leo playing up front, Leonardo Trossard. And that was it. So I don't know if something's happened with the manager and Morpay. But it is a worry. It is a worry. Gethin, how's it going? I'm wildcarding this week. Any chance you can do a quick draft what you think you would do if you're wildcarding? Oh my days. I've got to be honest, I don't think it would be much different to this. Like, you still need Kane and Son for the next two. For the next one, West Brom. If you don't want them long term, you could go without. I don't think it would be too much different to this. Like, I probably wouldn't have more pay. I'd probably just get Bamford. Bamford or Wilson. Maybe Watkins, now he's on penalties. Without giving it too much thought, it's difficult. I wouldn't have Reguilon either. I'd probably just get my Man City defender in now. Maybe Cancelo. Maybe Diaz for safety. Martinez I'm still happy with. And I'd probably get Ayling instead of Dallas. And Kilman, I guess. Although, yeah, it does look pretty good for Kilman. And yeah, I'd probably just go back to Ayling. I would still have Salah. The only thing is this is annoying. I would have Grealish, I think. Rashford's probably the only one where I'm not too sure about. But I still would have something like this. I don't think I'd actually change my team that much if I was wildcarding. Like, without giving it too much thought. The only thing I would say is you want a route. You either want to start with the Man City midfield or you really want a route to them. That's all I would say. You don't want to. You don't want to. You don't want to be able to not get a City midfielder in around game week 10. Morpay wasn't going. Like, what? I wasn't going to get rid of Morpay at all. If the manager says he's back for Burnley, I'm going to keep him. Like, I don't see the point in moving around cheap forwards too much. You know, I could swap Morpay. I could get Bamford. What if Morpay scores and Bamford doesn't? You know, and I'm probably going to get rid of Kane for a cheap striker anyway. So honestly, the cheap forwards are so similar in terms of underlying stats, how many points they've scored so far this season. So I'm not really in a rush to sell Morpay, but obviously if he's not going to play, that's a different story. For anyone that didn't see, we'll talk about Trent in a minute and Robbo. Lamptey went off with a hamstring injury by the looks of it. He was holding his hamstring. How bad it is, who knows? We'll have to see, but that's something to keep in mind. More pay for Ings. Well, Ings is potentially injured as well. This is the bad thing. Gavin, thanks very much. My messages aren't getting sent. Yash, I'm not sure why, Yash. I'll try and keep an eye out, but it's difficult with how many chat. Thanks very much, Raul. Appreciate it. Yeah, by the way, if you do donate on the Movember page, make sure to leave your Twitter handle so I can tag you. All right, boom. So I can say thanks in public. If you want, you don't have to. Okay, let's see what kind of questions we've got coming in. But let me just quickly, by the way, right? So this is the team. Rashford was frustrating, by the way. Man United just bad. Real bad. Like, I know Pogba was poor, but, like, people acting like Pogba was the problem today or leaving McTominay on was the problem. Fernandes was awful. Fernandes did not play one good pass for the whole game. He was really bad. Fred was okay. Greenwood, Rashford, there's a couple of moments, but nothing special. Arsenal, really good. And maybe we're partying the team now. Perhaps they're going to be decent at the back. They haven't conceded too many goals. Nice clean sheet against Man United. Who knows? Maybe I have to reconsider going forward. But yeah, that's the team. Basuma's going to come on. I'll only get Lamptey's points if Dallas misses out. Seems unlikely, but whatever. It is what it is. And then this is the team for next week. So just really quickly, my plan is to roll a transfer. Unless, what were you saying about Arsenal? I was saying that they were rubbish defensively. And to be fair, I mean, they've been rubbish defensively. I mean, Tierney has played every match apart from one. He scored 6 points twice. Fulham and Man United. Job done. I mean, Arsenal were rubbish as well, by the way. Like, for all the ball they had, they hardly created any chances. So, Arsenal fans can be happy. Look, good win, but you were still bad. You look like Roger Stewart. Surely not. But yeah, basically, my plan is to roll the transfer. Play Lamptey. If he doesn't play, Dallas plays. Job done. I don't think I need to do anything drastic. If Antonio is fit, then maybe I'll swap more pay straight to him. So I've been talking about Antonio forever. Yes, here we go. I have Ings benched and Morpay didn't play. Will Mings get auto-subbed? Only if he's first on your bench. Basically, your subs come on in the order they're on the bench as long as it can make a valid FPL formation. So if you've got 3 defenders, one of them misses out, and your first sub is a midfielder, it will go to the next defender. But if your first sub is a defender, they can come on for anyone. Oh, Jesus. I'm not salty. Like, come on, Arsenal fans, you weren't good today. Like, you were good defensively, but going forward, like, attacking-wise, come on, you were not good. So bad defensively, but the least can see. Yeah, look, fair enough, but we're talking FPL, right? You're asking me questions about FPL. We're not discussing how good, how many goals conceded Arsenal are. We want FPL points, and Arsenal defenders have not been good. Zuma or Cresswell already have Chilwell. I don't know about a Chelsea double up just yet. They got some okay fixtures for clean sheets. Next two are pretty good. Everton maybe okay. Wolves okay. West Ham okay. But I think I would probably just go Cresswell. As long as West Ham can keep it up, Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, one thing to note. Don't rile up Arsenal fans. They're just very annoying. Talk about Antonio. There's not much to talk about, right? There's not much to talk about. He's potentially injured. If he's fit, but what worries me is he's come off twice in the last 2 game weeks and then he's missed a game. So that's pretty annoying. So, yeah, I mean, Antonio, if he's fit, I might bring him in. But the fact that he's been having these hamstring issues does worry me. Chelsea attackers. Look, I forgot who they even played. Burnley. I think Ziyech looks really good. Maybe it's a bit of a knee-jerk to suddenly think he is now the best option. But he did look good. Havertz just not a no-go for me. I think it just doesn't. He's heavily involved, but not like it feels like he's not involved with the final bit of play where the goal's actually going to come from. So Havertz is no-go for me. The fact that Pulisic pulled up injured, we still don't know too much about how he's going to play in that team. And Werner took his goal well, but that was the only real chance. And no, he had a few chances for assists, but never really came off. His final ball was not that good, I didn't think. But yeah, Ziyech looks good. Couldn't resist Rashford. Yeah, I mean, I only got Rashford in because I could fund it with Trent out. I was hoping for something against Arsenal, but like I said, they did play really well today. Like they played so high up the pitch. In the first half, we just barely got out of our own half. It was really bad. So Rashford, not a great pick this week, but Everton have conceded 2 goals in the last 4 games. Even with Alan Decore in there, they're just not looking fantastic. Obviously, if James Rodriguez is back, that will help them out. But I think Rashford's still looking good. I think Rashford for me is a bit of a short term, medium term, 4 or 5 game weeks, and then we'll see. And then we will see. Weekend League is not happening. I just haven't had any time to play, so I've not even used my tokens. Best City assets in order. I mean, probably De Bruyne and or Sterling. I still don't know if there's one that's massively better than the other one. And then the defenders probably. Walker, if you can afford it, is probably the best. He's playing all the time. But I think Cancelo, if he keeps his place, will be great value. Okay, my God, we have to keep on. I say Arsenal, very good defensively today. They pressed, they didn't let us out. But in terms of creating chances, they weren't very good. They weren't very good. Goal came from a penalty. Very rarely tested us apart from that. Bad foul by Pogba. There you go. FPL-wise, I still don't know about their defenders are worth it. Real life, defended very well today. Yes, they conceded not very many goals. Didn't create many chances. Look bad going forward. There you go. Alfred, that's the end of the Arsenal chat. Ings out, get Haller for 1 week. Ings out, get Haller for 1 week, then I get Richarlison. I don't know about that. It's just using what I know. Richarlison's not back, is he? Is he back this week or is it next week? Let me check. Because if he's back, you just get him now. I think 21st of November. Yes, he's not back till Fulham. I mean, if you've got a good bench option, I'd just keep Ings maybe. And just do the Richarlison move the week after. You could go for a 1 week punt on Haller. It is Fulham at home, but you're using 2 transfers. That's the only thing I would consider. And I'm just not sure about Haller. I mean, it was Liverpool, so it's hard to kind of know how he's going to be. But there we go. And Tony's out for 6 weeks. So that still has not been confirmed. It's still not been confirmed. So we'll have to wait and see. Papers are saying 4 to 6 weeks. Moyes just said he was definitely missing. The game just gone. So we'll have to wait and see. But maybe the papers have got it right. No smoke about fire. Ings isn't definitely out, but it looked pretty bad. I captained Salah this week just gone. I'm definitely not captaining this week against Man City. 100% it'd be Kane or Son. Almost certainly Kane. I'm thinking of captaining Rashford in game week 9 as well. I think Salah has Leicester at home, so I could just go for him. But I'm tempted to go a bit different, go Rashford versus West Brom at home. Ben, how is it going? 2 free transfers. Trent Brewster out. Wilson Indies, 5.4 defender. Cancelo, Zuma or other. Already have Mitch-sized cons adjusting. I'd maybe just go Zuma. For the next 2... Zuma definitely looks better. From game week 10 onwards, Man City's fixtures are really good. Let me see if I can pull them up quick. So game week 10 is here. Play Burnley, Fulham, Man United. Okay, tough enough. Maybe. West Brom, Southampton, Newcastle, Everton. Then they got Brighton, Palace, West Brom again, Sheffield United, Burnley again. This fixture run is so good for 12 game weeks. If I've got a free transfer, I'll be bringing in a City defender, I think, as long as I've got enough money. So I think long-term, Cancelo is actually probably the best one. But what I will say is there's no guarantee he will keep playing. Mendy's injured right now. I don't know how I missed this, but yeah, Mendy is injured, should be back on the 21st. Mendy hasn't played well this season, I would say. Or when he's only played 3 games, but I don't think he played that well. But he's left-footed, and we know what Pep's like, right? That's why he likes Laporte. That's why he likes Aki coming in to cover for Laporte as well. He likes left-footers on the left side, and to be fair, obviously most teams do that, right? So that's one thing that will worry me. But Cancelo has been very good, so I wonder if he can keep his place. But that's my only concern around him. I prefer to see Mendy back and then see what happens with Cancelo. If not, you could go Diaz. You got 5.4. Yeah, I'd probably just go Zuma in that case. Zuma scored 3 goals already. Absolutely ridiculous. He looks to be pretty much nailed on. I know it's been 2 years since I shaved my beard off. Like I said, if you're wondering, it's for Movember. There is a link in the description at the top if you fancy donating. Who needs Van Dijk when you have Nathaniel Phillips? Nate Phillips. I thought he was alright, yeah. I mean, it was only West Ham. I mean, to be fair, I know Liverpool conceded again, but they weren't that bad. Interestingly, I looked up a few stats for Liverpool. Well, not stats, but I just compared them to last year. Because you know how basically everyone said at the start of the season they're season keepers, keeping them no matter what. They'll tick over to 180 to 200 points. And obviously Van Dijk missing out is huge, right? No one's saying that's not a big miss. But last year, in the first 15 game weeks, they kept 2 clean sheets. right? They've already kept 1 this year. So if they get 2 more in the next 8 game weeks, they'll beat last year, right? So they only got 2 clean sheets. Imagine that. They got 200 odd points. Everyone's expecting that again. They only got 2 clean sheets in the first 15. And then you'll say, well, to be fair, they got a lot of attacking returns, right? Well, in the first 13 game weeks last year, Trent only got 4 attacking returns. Now, he's got none so far. The chances of him getting 4 in the next 8, fair enough. Probably unlikely. But he only got 4 in the first 13 game weeks. And then Robertson got 6 last year. He's already on 4. So, in terms of this year versus last year, they're not actually doing that much different. But Van Dijk is injured. Why did you get rid of Trent? Because I wanted to fund Rashford and I wanted to get Chilwell in. The thing is, I'm saying this, I'm just telling people, I'm not saying you should keep them. I think people said on Twitter I was playing mind games. You want to get rid of Trent, get rid of him. I just think it's interesting how their trajectory this year is not that much different to last year. But, as always, people always talk about season keepers. It is a term I really do try and not use because it is so rare to genuinely have a season keeper from game week 1 to 38. It so very rarely happens. And it's just showing people can't cope when it's not going well. And I think the big difference this year is no Van Dijk, right? Last year some people jumped off, then they jumped back on. But this year Van Dijk is obviously a big factor. Is it time to start considering the Arsenal defence? Go for it. Go for it. Are Arsenal fixtures even good? So have a look. Villa at home, nice. I mean, to be fair, in the next few fixtures, they could get some clean sheets. Villa, Wolves, Burnley, Southampton. Wouldn't write them off just yet. Go for Arsenal defenders if you want them. I wonder what the stats are looking like. Let me have a look at the stats a sec. Let me have a look. Maybe they're doing really well. Like, if they're doing well and the fixtures are good, like, there's no reason not to consider it. People always seem to have this thing that if you say something at the start, you can never go back on it. Let's have a look. Yeah, Arsenal doing pretty well. 7.54 expected goals conceded, some of the best in the league. Only Burnley, Leicester, Chelsea, Man City, and Aston Villa better. So yeah, Arsenal doing pretty decent, and Partey's obviously going to help as well. I got rid of the beard for Movember. There's a link in the top of the description below. I'm going to have to answer that so many times. Grealish will split the Arsenal on half. In half, I guess. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, Grealish is decent. All my ranks are in the description below. They should be. Do I have any plans for West Ham defence? Not really, to be honest. I think I think like Reguilon will probably be my next defender to go, and it'll probably be for a Man City defender. It's Partey, okay. All right, I'll try and remember that. Gabriel bonus, man. I did notice none of the Arsenal fans talking about Gabriel should have been sent off, by the way. Just thought I'd stir the pot a little bit more. Salah on course to beat his 303 mental, his consistency not being talked about. Salah is just ridiculous, honestly. Kane for triple captain for game again. I wouldn't personally. I don't think Spurs have actually looked that great in the last couple of games. I just think save it for a double game week personally. I mean, Salah has scored 7 goals in 7 games. And when he's got a good fixture again, we'll still have to justify captaining him. Like, he got the same score as Kane and Son combined this week. If DCL hadn't scored the last minute goal, he would have been on the chopping block. I think people would start considering it, yeah. I was just thinking, I just can't get rid of him yet. 7, he's so consistent. I got him for 7 million. Fuller, I mean, I'm not sure how good this run actually is. I know it's green on here, but Leeds and Burnley will be tough. So this fixture run is tough for Everton. Well, I got him for so cheap. I think it's tough right now because so many players are missing for Everton. They're obviously going to be back. So that should help as well. Arsenal might not keep lots of clean sheets, but the days of regularly conceding 3 to 4 in a game are over. I won't be captain anyone versus Arsenal. Yeah, fair enough. Like I said, they played really well today. And Partey is a bit of a baller. That's a good point, yeah. Why didn't Chilwell take corners? I mean, obviously I got no idea, but that didn't happen. I'm pretty sure 3 players took corners before Chilwell. Like, Chilwell didn't take any. I think it was Havertz, Ziyech, and Mount all took corners. Show us your dream team. What's that? I don't regret Martinez at all, right? So, I looked on Info Goal. Like, conceding 4 goals is not good, but there was one from a set piece, corner. No, was it a corner? Or was it a free kick? I don't know. Vestergaard's was from a set piece. Then James Ward-Prowse scores 2 goals from 2 direct free kicks. The chance of scoring 1 in a game are so low, let alone scoring 2. And then Ings just produces a worldie from outside the box, right? So they may have conceded 4 goals, but the expected goals is only 0.86. So I am not worried about Martinez in the slightest, to be completely honest. It's a bit annoying he's just conceded 4 goals. But, you know, like, when Ward-Prowse scored the first free kick, I saw a stat that said he's now scored 7, I think it was 7, since 2016-17. So that's 4 seasons nearly. And he's the highest scorer with 7. That just shows you how little direct free kicks are scored. So to score 2 and to concede from another set piece and like a worldie from Ings, like, you just got to put that as a freak result. Should I take out James Rodriguez for Grealish or Zaha, or keep Rodriguez? I would just keep him if he's fit. I definitely prefer Grealish to Zaha. I don't know. I didn't think it was the right week to bring in Zaha anyway because it was Wolves away. I think he did all right, to be fair. But I do prefer Grealish. I don't necessarily think that Grealish is a better option than James Rodriguez in general, but Grealish does have much better fixtures. Wilson being overlooked big time. I mean, I don't think he is. I literally mentioned all the cheap midfielders. I'm pretty sure, I'll have to go back and check, but I even mentioned that Wilson could be a good pick this week because Everton have conceded so many goals, and he goes and scores 2. I don't think he's being overlooked. I just think there's just no point in constantly swapping around your cheap forwards for me. Like, obviously the Rashford move and Chilwell kind of got accelerated a little bit because of Trent out and Hammers out. Hang on a sec. 4 players benched into the last minute. Ryan, Sice, Mitchell and Pulisic. Got 2 free transfers, no money in the bank. Any pointers on which direction to take? I mean, the Ryan one, I know people are now saying, well, you should have had 2 goalkeepers, but that's absolute rubbish. Like, for Ryan to get dropped for the first time in 2 to 3 years, absolutely crazy. I would wait on the Pulisic news, because if he's fit, you could just play him. If you've only got 1 goalkeeper, I'd maybe... I don't know, the Ryan one is so frustrating for owners because there's no guarantee now he'll start the next game. So I thought Sanchez actually did pretty well. But Pulisic could start, so it depends on your other defenders. Like, you don't have to get rid of Sice and Mitchell if your other defenders are playing. So I'd think about Ryan and see if Potter says anything more about him, to be honest. Yeah, I think Wilson's not going to be must-have, but he does have a good set of fixtures coming up in Game Week 10. So Game Week 10, Crystal Palace away is okay. Then Villa, West Brom, Leeds, Fulham. That's a quite good fixture run. But then he has City, Liverpool, Leicester, Arsenal. Like, then he's suddenly not must-have. Like, for me, I would just pick your cheap forward and just stick with him for a bit. That's why I'm just going to keep more pay. I'm probably just going to keep more pay. And then eventually when I do Kane out to fund De Bruyne or Sterling, I'll get in Bamford or Wilson, I think. That's currently my plan. Maybe Antonio if he's fit. More pay, I would really... I'm just going to try and wait and see if Potter says anything more on him. It's such a weird one. Surely, if there's been a falling out, that's going to come out in the press. Why was Ryan rested? According to Potter, it's because he's played a lot of football over the last 2 to 3 years. I mean, what a load of rubbish. I did tweet, by the way, before thanks very much, Raz. Before the deadline, to kind of say that Brighton's, because everyone's going on about how good West Ham's defence was, but Brighton's has been pretty good as well, at least from a stats perspective. Again, they did concede another 2 goals, so goals conceded not good. But one of the problems is Ryan, like his XG prevented is like minus 4.5. Now, some stats people did like tweet me and say it's not necessarily his fault, but it's still not good. Still not good at all. Am I not tempted by Martial? Not really, to be honest. I've got Rashford, that's enough for me. I mean, I think at some point we're going to go back to we got to go back to a 4-2-3-1, I think. But Rashford on the left, Martial up front, job done. I don't know what happened with Morpay. Like, I know people keep asking. I just don't know. Potter just didn't mention him. Maybe it's a falling out. Maybe he's done something he didn't like. It's a worry. It's a worry. Although I guess I just get Must-Stone Bamford or Must-Stone Wilson instead. To be fair, Potter has done this last year, weakening his sides against tougher teams, to give them a rest. But it's a weird one because he still played Trossard and most other players. It's like Morpay could have maybe got something. Like Brighton were good. Nikhil, thanks very much. If you bench Lamptey, it's just unlucky. The goal probably should have counted. Yeah, to be fair, a lot of people questioned me on why I put Basuma ahead of Lamptey. So the main reason was I didn't expect Gavin, thanks very much, a tip towards the Razorblades. Actually cost me 17 quid because I asked the missus to get a Mac 3 and they only had, I think it was like a Pro Glide Fusion or something. So 17 quid. As you can imagine, I don't have many razors lying around. So I played Basuma ahead of Lamptey because I expected no clean sheet. So you see this week, I've got Basuma behind Dallas because I think Dallas can get a clean sheet. And obviously you can't rely on Basuma goals. But this week, because I just knew Lamptey wasn't going to get a clean sheet, I put him behind Basuma. Fair enough, some people said Lamptey's more attacking, and that's probably a fair point. But yeah, I'm not getting Lamptey off the bench. It is what it is. It's a bit frustrating, but job day. It's even more annoying because he freaking took away the Reguilon clean sheet. So as soon as Morpay wasn't playing, I was just hoping for a clean sheet from Reguilon. And then Lamptey goes and takes it away. Well, at least I got the assist from Reguilon, I guess. I heard on Sky Potter said it was tactical. Yeah, I saw someone say that, but I haven't actually seen that, but maybe it is. The only way I'm getting Lamptey off the bench is if Dallas doesn't play, which would be ridiculous. The funny thing is, if I'd kept Sice, so for anyone that watched the deadline stream when I did the wildcard, I was thinking about keeping Sice. If I had, I'd have 2 clean sheets and he wouldn't be playing today. I would have started him for sure. And Lamptey would be coming off the bench. It is what it is, you know. The Brighton keeper's not an FPL, yeah, because he's never played before. Not in the league. There's loads and loads of the same questions, by the way. You need the classic safety razor. Yeah, I probably should have. By the way, on that Lamptey thing, the Lamptey goal, that was such a foul. Like, I can't believe people are actually tweeting me telling me that wasn't a foul on Højbjerg. Like in real time, it looked like a foul. Didn't get given, and he goes and looks at it and still doesn't give a foul. Like that was just him not wanting to reverse the decision and admit a mistake. Like even if the defender got the slightest touch on the ball, he didn't win the ball. The ball was always going that way anyway, and then he cleans out Højbjerg. There's just no way that wasn't a foul. But look, it is what it is. Lamptey, to be fair, Lamptey has probably deserved something. Yash. Ings replacement, I've got 8.5, got DCL, Bamford. I would just go cheap. And use that money elsewhere at some point. Wilson, probably Wilson. Antonio if he's fit. Maybe Watkins for the good fixtures. Got loads of options. I don't know who I prefer out of Wilson. I think just Wilson's got a bit more pedigree about him compared to Watkins. We're still not sure about him, but the fact he's not... Like Watkins and Wilson are really good now because they're on penalties, 90-minute men. So they'll probably be where I'd look. You could go Che Adams, but the fixtures coming up aren't great. And also, by the way, if Ings is out, I think that really does affect Adams too. So he'd worry me. Wait till you see Lamptey's goal. Yeah, I've seen it. It was on Irish TV. Yeah, it was 100% a foul. Like, nothing to do with not getting him off the bench. Absolutely, yeah. Raz, thanks very much. Thoughts on Ait Nouri for Wolves? looked quite good going forward. Got his goal, obviously. What I would say is absolutely no guarantee that he keeps starting. Like Marcel, he probably started because Marcel was injured. And if he's back, he might get to play. So, personally, I think one thing, by the way, Wolves' fixtures are not good now. Their defence is very good, but I think fixtures-wise, it's worth just waiting before you start bringing in players like Ain't Nuri. Thomas, thanks very much. Thoughts on Bowen or Fornals if Antonio is out? I mean, in general, I think it makes West Ham a worse team. Like, the fixtures are good. I was actually having a look earlier. I was thinking to myself, maybe I overplayed the Antonio fixtures a bit. Fulham's good. Like, Sheffield United, they've defended quite well against Liverpool and City. Villa's good. Man United tough. Leeds is going to be tough enough. Chelsea's tough. I don't even know if the fixtures are actually as good as maybe I was originally making out. Although Antonio is brilliant. Bowen or Fornals, I think Bowen's probably the one I would go for. But I do think they're a weaker team without Antonio. So that's the only thing that would worry me. I'm a Brighton fan and Lamptey. I expected 100% the goal will be this loud. Yeah, honestly, like no one can look at that in all seriousness and say it wasn't a foul. But look, it doesn't matter. It wasn't given. Watkins might not be on pens. Think Jack takes the next. I don't know. I mean, to be fair, what I will say is whether or not Watkins was supposed to take that penalty, he took it very well. I think he took it very well. Best Pulisic replacement 9.6 in the bank. I mean, is Son even 9.6 or is 9.7? Yeah, I mean, if you've not got Son, you could get him for this week. But after that, the fixtures do turn a little bit. I don't know, there's loads of options. It depends what else you want to do with your squad. Like Grealish is a good option. You could just go to Ziyech. He looked really good. Maybe Zaha, if you like Zaha. It depends what you want to do with the money. Like Son looks really good for this week. You could go Rashford for that money. I don't know if there is a best. I think a lot of it depends on what else you want to do with your team. Okay, if I was buying someone right now for 9.6, I don't know. If I didn't already own Son, I'd be tempted to go without, to be honest, and risk it. So you could just go to Rashford. Like, not every team's going to defend like Arsenal did against us. What am I thinking of doing with Regulon after game week 8? So, okay, let me... What the hell? On the last stream, I was talking through my transfers. Not the actual last stream, because that was a disaster. The one before. Hang on, Jimmy out for Adams. I would wait on Adams, because in some ways people were thinking, well, Ings is out, he's now going to become the main man. But I just think Ings is a big miss. So wait for the Ings news. If he's out, like Adams has only got like one more good fixture, then it's a bit dodgy. I'd probably look to Bamford or Wilson, to be honest. Oh no. Arsenal kept a clean sheet, conceded one goal in 31 out of 40 games. What I will say, by the way, conceding one goal is not good for FPL. Now, there was a season I remember, like 4 or 5 years ago, and Spurs were the same. Right? Spurs had the best defensive record in the league in terms of goals conceded. But in terms of FPL, they weren't options because they kept conceding one goal. It was really frustrating. Under Arteta, and best defensive record in the Premier League playing Liverpool, City, United away. I think they've improved. The stats are looking good, yeah. But I'm not some stubborn person that will not change my mind. I'm just saying, last season, the numbers weren't good. Arteta came in, the numbers remain not good. And now, yeah, they're looking quite good this season. It's still a very small sample size. But Partey, is it Partey? I just want to say Partey coming in. That's going to help them. Like I'm honestly, I'm not this stubborn person that will not change my mind on a player or a team. But the fact remains, they're FPL wise, they've not been good players for a while, and I'd want to see a bit more. Like there's so many good ones right now. Like Leeds defenders look good, Chelsea defenders looking good, City defenders will look good soon. So to just jump on an Arsenal one. I mean, you could get ahead of the crowd, but not for me. I like it without the beard. My missus hates it. Absolutely hates it. Yash, how's it going? Zaha replacement after the green fixtures +2. I honestly, I appreciate the super chat, but do not be worried. Like, you say after the green fixtures, so you're already thinking about who to get in game week 12. Like, things will have changed so much. Just don't worry about it. I mean, I don't know right now, to be completely honest with you. Whole different ball game here. Keep him for these 4. See what happens. Jay, thanks very much for that. Bellerin looks good though. Plays very attacking. He was again, like, they were all so high up the pitch because they were just squeezing Man United. You know, they just not let him play out of the half. Like, Man United were forced to make so many ambitious passes today. It just did not pay off. There was hardly any moments for Man United, and all credit to Arsenal. I don't hate Arsenal, honestly. Why would I? They've not been an issue for so long. Liverpool haven't looked good without fans. There's something special with a fully packed Anfield. Look, I mean, last year they'd won the league. This year, I mean, they're still top of the league, right? Let's not forget that. I don't know about Liverpool. I'm certainly not worried about them from an attacking point of view. Absolutely. Anyway, I was going to... I'm never going to get around to me tinkering. A lot of people ask me about Son and Kane. I will get back to that. Keep reminding me. Play Robertson or Dallas game week 8. So, I mean, Man City is scoring, surely. Here's what I'd say, right? Dallas is probably the better option to pick, even though Zaha's been good. But if I still had Robertson for game week 8, I would play him. I just could not bring myself to bench someone like Robertson. Could potentially get a clean sheet against Man City. Could get attacking returns. But if you want to take a risk, Dallas is the one. But I'd find it very difficult to do that. Have you thought any more about doing... Nah, I got no plan to do Salah to get Man City players. I'm going to talk about that in a sec. What would you do with Foden? Best replacement for about 7 million or less? I'd probably just keep him. I don't think there are good replacements for 7 million or less, to be honest. I would just leave him in. Like, surely he's going to get a start soon. He's still pretty good value. Just hold him. He should... Okay. Okay, now, I'm just going to talk about Kane and Son because people are asking me if I'm still looking to get rid. So, I am. Honestly, I'm looking to get rid of one, maybe both. Right? So, here's my thinking why. Sorry, not here's my thinking why, but here's why I don't know whether to get rid of both or not. So, these fixtures are bad. However you want to spin it, right? You say that Spurs have been good, etc. These fixtures are not good for attacking returns. City, I mean, look, you've all just told me how good Arsenal are defensively. Difficult game. Chelsea are pretty good defensively. Difficult game. City, always a difficult game. Liverpool, okay, no Van Dijk. Maybe they could exploit that on the counter. Still, difficult game. Leicester, probably difficult. Wolves, difficult game. So I think these are really hard from an attack point of view. So I'm, as it stands right now, looking to get rid of one. But I don't know if it will be in game week 9. For the simple reason is, I'd be looking to get Man City players, and obviously they're playing the Spurs anyway, so there's not really a need to like go out of my way to do it. And obviously I've bought the Rashford move and the Chilwell move. Well, I haven't bought the Chilwell move forward, but I've done it for a different player. I've brought the getting rid of Trent move earlier. So this is my general plan. Let's say that Antonio is not fit. He's out for 4 to 6 weeks. I'm keeping more pace. So hopefully, and who knows this season, I'll be able to roll a transfer into the international break. That would be the absolute ideal, right? So hopefully I'll go into game week 9 with 2 free transfers. So in game week 9, Reguilon is playing Man City. So if I don't have anything else to do, I will probably just do that Man City move a week early just because I don't want to burn a transfer. Potentially, right? I'm not saying 100%. Would I go for Cancelo? I don't know. Mendy coming back would just worry me. I'd probably go Diaz, right? Because I can't afford Walker. So Diaz seems the next nailed on. And let's not forget, City got the most clean sheets last year, I think. So this run looks really good. I mean, Diaz so far, 2.526. I guess no bonus and who knows about goal threat at the moment. But this fixture run's so good. And I just don't see myself tripling up on City attack. I could be wrong, but I don't see myself tripling. So let's say I go for Diaz. And then in game week 10, I've got 2 free transfers. So I think Kane goes because he's the most expensive. and then I will get a cheap attacker. Who knows who it will be? Let's go for Wilson, because in Game Week 10 his fixtures are quite good. So that's what I looked up earlier. Here, fixtures are quite good. Just keep him for a bit, see how it goes. And then you've got 4.5 million to spend. So I could do Grealish to Sterling or De Bruyne, but again, Game Week 10, they got West Ham, then Newcastle, then they got Burnley coming up, then they got West Brom coming up, then they got Crystal Palace coming up. It's a good run. It's over Christmas when teams are going to rotate. Grealish probably isn't going to get rotated that much, so I don't really want to get rid of him. So it's either that or I get rid of Son and do it. But that is basically my general thing. But as we saw this week, my plan was to do Reguilon to Chilwell and keep Trent. And that got screwed over when James Rodriguez was injured. So these plans don't necessarily hold. But I am looking to get rid of Kane because he's just not a captain option in these fixtures. And no one's going to captain him. In Game Week 16, sure, we might think about captaining him because Liverpool play Newcastle away. That's okay, I guess. Chelsea, maybe there'll be a Chelsea option at that point. And City play Everton. So in this week, Spurs are probably the best captain option. But I mean, Salah against Newcastle, that's probably okay as well. So I'm probably going to get rid. And someone asked me about Salah to City, Salah to De Bruyne or Sterling. But I'm looking at captaincy. I think I went through this last time. Brighton, Game Week 10, could be a captain option. Game Week 12, captain option. Game Week 15, captain option. I mean, any of these really could be a captain option. So there's a bit of to and fro in between the two. So there you go. That's what I'm thinking right now. But that could all change. That could all change. And that's bearing in mind no other defensive issues. Like, I've got Leeds. I think I'm not necessarily going to want to play their defenders here. Game Week 9 to 11. And Lamptey, 9 to 11. Luckily, Villa's okay and Southampton's okay. I'm going to have to play Lamptey against Liverpool or Dallas against Arsenal, I think. Was it Liverpool? Hang on. Sorry. Game Week 10 is against Liverpool. And Game Week 10 for Dallas is against Everton. So I'm probably going to have to play Dallas that week. So there you go. There's my strategy for the next few weeks. Job done. Going to get rid of Kane. Not sure you like Kane for the captaincy now. Come on. You can't be so fickle. I'm not saying you necessarily said it, but last week I'm getting told you can't get rid of Kane. Now I'm seeing, I don't even know if I want to captain him. Like, come on. Come on. Jota, okay, that's a different question we've not talked about already. My thoughts are, he's just another Foden. No guarantee to play. It'd be annoying to own. Don't want him. That's my opinion right now. Does look good. Of course. Should he be in ahead of Firmino? That's a whole other question. Perhaps he should. Perhaps he should be in ahead of Firmino, given that Firmino just doesn't score goals. But he's just not definitely an option, is he? We know that. So he's no better than a Foden. And I think unless you can cope with the bench-ins, just don't go there. Yanks, thanks very much. By the way, if you haven't already, please do hit that like button. Hit subscribe if you're new around here as well. We're pushing over 118k now, so we're pushing towards the 120k mark. I get my plaque tomorrow as well. I get my 100k plaque tomorrow. I'm looking forward to that. So again, thanks to everyone that has subscribed that has made that possible. That's very cool. And also, I want to do a quick shout out to the Patreons as well. If you want to sign up, it's patreon.com/letstalkfpl. There's like Slack access over there if you want to join our chats. WhatsApp access if you want to go onto that tier. Early team reveals when the transfers have been made, etc., etc. And a big shout out to everyone that signed up to that who's on the Patreon level. I need to fix this because there's some people that have stopped being signed up, but I'll fix that for the next one hopefully. And a big shout out to Sam who has signed up, and I've messaged you back now who signed up over the weekend as well. So thanks very much to everyone that has signed up, and if you want to check it out, there's a link in the description below. Show it on the video. Yeah, I thought about an unboxing, but it's not really the kind of channel for an unboxing. But I will have it here for the stream. I'm like, oi! Something like that anyway. Okay. Let's see what else we got, because we've been on quite a while. Let's see if we've got anything new that I've not already talked about. We talk about Arsenal defence, maybe? Maybe. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to talk about Arsenal defence in the game week preview, how their fixtures coming up are good, their stats are looking good as well, and I will look forward to the comments. What is your one best decision you made and also worse as a content creator. Best and worst as a content creator. I don't know, to be honest. I mean, the worst one was probably moving house and getting rid of fibre. Well, I never had fibre, but I had Virgin Media, which was like 250 meg, more than enough. That was probably the worst mistake I made. The best, starting, I guess. Starting on that late night when no one else... The best thing I did was starting before a lot of other people, to be honest. Not everyone. Like, there's a lot of people still here before me, but no one was streaming. No one was streaming like this when I started. So that was probably the best decision. What happened to your face? I've signed up to Movember, very good charity for men's health, basically. So mental health, checking your balls for cancer, make sure you do that. That kind of thing. There's a link in the description below if you want to donate. And if you want to check more out as well. So I'm doing 3 things for it. So one of them is just growing a mustache. I say just, but that's what the big thing is in Movember. I'm also giving up alcohol for a month. I might even take that up until Christmas, who knows. And I'm also hopefully going to walk 10 kilometers a day. What I will say about that is, absolute mistake to not do much walking before today and then just do 10k in a row. So it's either going to be 10 kilometers in one sitting or 2 5-kilometer walks every single day as well. So yeah, if you wanna donate, that'd be much appreciated. Link in the description below to that as well. There's links to everything in the description below. That description is like the holder of all links. Son captain away from home, possibly a better option. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know if I buy too much of the home and away thing, especially after like so few fixtures to really know if that's a massive thing. I'm going to check the stats after we come. In fact, I can just check them now. But I don't think... Like, you see Kane coming deep, right? But it's not really affected in the amount of shots they're having in the box each. I mean, today was a pretty poor game for both of them. So not a lot happened. Although Kane did hit the post as well after the goal. So let's have a look at today. I mean, to be honest, Son was pretty... what's the word? Invisible, I would say. Didn't really do much today. So today, 2 shots for Kane, 2 in the box, 1 shot for Son. It was outside the box. That was it. Job done. Expected goal non-penalty for Kane, 0.42. Not bad. Yeah, I think I'm going to go Son. I think the penalties just does really help out, you know. I think, like, for me, it's one of those, like, between Son and Kane, like, there's so many decisions we have to make in FPL. For this one, I thought about Kane before the game. I've still got it on Kane. Is there something massive that's going to make me go towards Son? Probably not, so I'm just not going to overthink it. If Son does better, so be it. I'm just going to stick to Kane. Do a 6-kilometer morning walk and 4 kilometers in the evening. Why 6 and 4 and not 5 and 5? Just out of interest. Honestly, though, like, I can't even tell you. My hip is so sore. I've not had that ever before, which worries me a bit. It was like when I was walking, it was like a shot going down my leg. Not good. Have I tried all brand? No, I'm on a porridge. Would you ever consider getting Nat Phillips in your team? I don't think so. I don't think so. Although he's only 4 million. He's only 4 million. Oof. Then yes, absolutely, I would consider. I thought it was 4.5. Wow. I mean, look at these fixtures. They're not bad for defensive returns, you know. Brighton, Fulham, Crystal Palace, West Brom, Newcastle, Southampton, Burnley. Who knows? He's got the height, hasn't he? Maybe a good person to go alongside games. And he's not in the Champions League squad, so he can't play there. Yeah, I need to stretch more, you're right. I'm not going to be buying Che Adams. So here's why. Again, Ings being out, not good. But also, let's have a look at the fixtures. Newcastle's good, but then it's pretty tricky. Fulham's alright. But I don't know. I just don't like their fixtures that much. Because once you finish the 6k, you mentally feel you've done most of your exercise. Oh, I see. And this is 4 kilometers. Doesn't feel like much of an effort. Yeah, fair enough. I like the idea. I'll see. Thing is, I've already got a route set out for 5. So I'd have to work out the 6 route, you know? Fabinho, yeah, when he's back, yeah, fair point. But maybe Phillips will be so good in defence, he'll keep his place. It's certainly not a priority transfer for me, you know. I think as it stands, once I've got a Man City defender here, I think Man City defender and Chilwell, set and forget. Lamptey and Dallas, continue to rotate them until one gets injured. And then I'm just focusing all my transfers on attackers. I'm trying to remain patient. Like Morpay, I just don't see a problem with. Unless he's not going to play. Not thinking about triple captain at all. Okay, if we've got any other questions that we've not already covered, I'll do a few more, or we'll talk about whatever you want. And then we'll call it there. We will call it there. Doo-doo-doo. Is Hammers locked now? He has changed from red flag to yellow flag. I don't think he's locked, but I think he does have to have more transfers out. I could be wrong though. I can never remember that, to be honest. Yes, I do FPL full time. Not on this channel though. Maybe one day. Would I go Chilwell? Zuma? I still go Chilwell. It's a bit of gambler's fallacy, but I mean, Zuma scored 3 goals already. Is he really going to score another? Even if he scored another 3 for the whole season, that would be quite good for him. So yeah, I don't know about Zuma, but you obviously have to pay more for Chilwell. But I just think Chilwell's going to have more attacking returns by the end of the season. Do I know what's happening with the? Do we know what's happening with the blanks and doubles? Not officially, but it sounds like Game Week 18 will be blank, Game Week 19 will be a double. There you go. Not deadlifting. Gyms are shut. Can't deadlift at home. Well, only like kettlebell deadlifts, but nowhere near the same weight. If Messi was in the captain, Premier League, he'd pretty much be permanent captain. Apart from when Rashford plays West Brom, I'm captain of Rashford. Excuse me. If I had 2 free transfers, who would I bring in right now? Don't know, really. I'd probably just do more pay to Antonio. Something boring like that. Why don't I work for Sky or BT? You got to be talented. Well, in some cases. Sahida, what about double Chelsea defence? I'm not massively against it, to be honest. I think Mendy, if you want to spend a bit more on a keeper, or Zuma and Chilwell looks quite good. The fixtures are okay. I think they're pretty good long-term holds. I'm not massively against it. I just think there are other defenders that I like. And I don't know if I completely trust Chelsea just yet. But it is looking good for them with Mendy in the side. So I'm definitely not against it. I think it's good value. It's just not for me, but I think it's okay if you can cope with that. Not everyone can cope with watching double clean sheet. Yeah, I live in Ireland. The beard has been shaved for Movember. Link in the description below if you want to donate. Morpay has blanked every week since he got him. Yeah, he's pretty annoying. Okay, I think we're done. Here. Should I keep Ferguson? Is there any news in his injury? I just don't know if he's going to be back anytime soon. I mean, you don't need to rush to get rid of him if you've got other defenders. Yeah, I did the first 10k walk today. What I did was did it first to see just how bad I was afterwards. Because if I was really bad, I wasn't going to commit to it. But yeah, sod it. Let's try it. So basically, I'm going to update every day on Twitter with the walk, just to show that I've done it. And anyone that donates, if you leave your Twitter handle, I'll make sure to do a thank you shout out as well to everyone that donates as well. Okay, I'm going. Thanks very much for watching. Please do hit the like button if you've enjoyed it. Hit subscribe as well if you're new around here. That'll let you know when all the other videos are going live. I'll have the watch list tomorrow. Maybe there'll be an Arsenal defender on there. Who knows? And I'll have team selection, everything coming out at the normal time this week. The deadline stream on Friday will be 3 p.m. in the afternoon. to 4 p.m, which is interesting. So yeah, check that out. If you want to donate to Movember, it would be much appreciated if you can spare a few quid. Link in the description below. If you want to sign up to Patreon, link in the description below to that as well. I will catch you tomorrow on a video, and I'll catch you Thursday for a live stream. Yeah, thanks very much for watching. I'll just see if there's any major questions. Nah, I don't think so. Right, goodbye. See you later all. Oh, by the way, good old car park.